Trump Justice Department filed a lawsuit Tuesday night against California, saying three recently passed state laws were deliberately interfering with federal immigration policies. It marked the latest legal and political confrontation with the nation's most populous state, which the federal government says has repeatedly stood in the way of its plans to step up enforcement actions in the workforce and against criminal aliens. The Department of Justice and the Trump administration are going to fight these unjust, unfair, and unconstitutional policies, Attorney General Jeff Sessions was expected to tell California law enforcement officers on Wednesday. We are fighting to make your job safer and to help you reduce crime in America. The state's Democratic governor, Jerry Brown, fired back. At a time of unprecedented political turmoil, Jeff Sessions has come to California to further divide and polarize America. Jeff, these political stunts may be the norm in Washington, but they don't work here. Sad. Federal officials are seeking an injunction to immediately block enforcement of three California laws, each enacted within the past year. One of those laws offers additional worker protections against federal immigration enforcement actions. Senior Justice Department officials have said it prevented companies from voluntarily cooperating with Immigration and Customs Enforcement otherwise known as ICE. Employers are mandated under the law to demand ICE agents present a warrant or subpoena before entering certain areas of the premises or accessing some employee records. Some companies have complained that they felt torn between trying to comply with seemingly contradictory state and federal statutes, since penalties for noncompliance can be steep from both entities. Another state law known by critics as the Sanctuary State Bill protects immigrants without legal residency by limiting state and municipal cooperation with the feds, including what information can be shared about illegal immigrant inmates. A third law gives state officials the power to monitor and inspect immigration detention facilities either run directly by or contracted through the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The Justice Department has said it's confident the Constitutional Supremacy Clause gives it broad authority to supersede state laws that it says interfere with immigration enforcement obligations. Still, state officials in the past have cited the 10th Amendment's guarantee of states not being compelled to enforce federal laws. We've seen this B-rated movie before, so we're not totally surprised, California Attorney General Xavier Becerra said in response to the new lawsuit. The Justice Department is also reviewing Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf's decision to warn an immigration sweep in advance, with ICE said allowed hundreds of immigrants to escape detention. Oakland is a city of immigrants. We will continue to exercise our legal right to exist as a sanctuary city. We will continue to inform all residents about their constitutional rights, even though they are not citizens, and we will continue to support California's sanctuary status, the Democratic mayor responded. An estimated 2.5 million immigrants are believed to be in California illegally. 2.5 million immigrants. In the most recent figures, ICE has reported about 16% of its enforcement apprehensions take place in that state. The latest legal action by the Trump administration is part of an aggressive push to enforce existing immigration laws, with Sessions in previous remarks citing a porous U.S. border with Mexico and the threat of criminal activity by immigrant gangs. Federal officials repeatedly have cited the case of Kate Stein, shot to death by an illegal alien and a 7-time felon in San Francisco, one of 35 communities in the state declaring itself a sanctuary city. The Justice Department in January threatened California and other states with subpoenas and a loss of grant money for repeatedly failing to respond to requests for immigration compliance under a federal law known as Section 1373. Federal officials would not say whether other states were at risk of similar lawsuits over their alleged noncompliance with immigration laws. A coordinated ICE enforcement action last month on businesses in Los Angeles area netted 212 people arrested for violating federal immigration laws, 88% of whom were convicted criminals, officials said. Just a drop in the bucket.